Alright, hello there. This is my early review of Gotham Knights. Um, Gotham Knights. I'm gonna off the bat. If you think this is gonna be a review, trashing Gotham Knights, or potentially if you don't like it and you can't hear any of the other sorts of criticisms, you should probably just turn away now. But I would like to say I like the game. Now the game has some faults. Uh, Melee. I feel like the combat off of the rip is a bit too samey. Now, for people like that play Red Hood, and they've gotten the I think you put on like you put on like a sticky grenade on a on one of the enemies when you grab them, and then you can shoot it and blow it up, and that's pretty cool. The game needs more of that. I don't know. I really haven't played any of the other characters enough to see if they have something like that, but it's a very nice touch because the fact that squares your like striking attack, melee attacks, and triangles your range attacks. There's no like combo where you click like square and then triangle, except for Red Hood. But like it really doesn't change how he shoots his gun. It's a bit odd. But like for example, Nightwing, his square into a triangle, it doesn't really flow that well, and it doesn't have anything to like continue off of that, which is a bit sad because there's not a whole lot. There's not a big moveset on all these characters at all. The fact that it's split up into four characters, I guess, means that you can kind of swap between characters. You know, you'll get a little bit of something cool, something different. But I'd like to see like a square into a triangle into another triangle. That'd be a combo. But I have no idea if that's ever gonna happen. Who knows? But that's about it for melee. This is only so much you can talk about the melee combat. Story. I haven't played that much story at all, but I like what I've seen so far. They've done a good job rating Gotham. I've already played against Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze was awesome to see. I can't wait to see how many more Batman villains will be. Cobblepot is already in it. You know, pretty early on. You know, Harley's in it. And Mr. Freeze, there's obviously going to be a lot more. I'm expecting. Oh yeah, we also saw Talia. I'm expecting maybe some Catwoman. I think Buffy talked about this Solomon guy being in the Batman game, which I guess to be honest, I don't know enough Batman to know all of the Batman villains. Is that a problem? Not really, because it's as long as it's done well and I get like a good impression on him, like this guy's a badass. Like that's all you need. That's all you need. Now for the people that read more comic books than I do, hopefully they do the presentation of these characters justice and they do it right, because some people have grown up for this stuff for decades. I just simply like Batman as a child. I watched Batman Begins with I think that's Christian Bale. I watched that whole trilogy. It was a great trilogy. I loved it. I had the Batman Begins video game. I thought it was great. So hopefully, that in this story they deal Batman and his gang. Though you don't get to play as Batman, but I love the fact that you don't get to play as Batman. I don't think there's ever been a Batman game that shows you the sidekicks as much as this one does. And I think that's nice because you're building onto something. Batman has been in thousands of comics, probably, but like Batgirl, Red Hood, Nightwing, Tim, Tim Tebow. I mean, they don't get as much light, and I think it was necessary because you could do another Batman game, but if it's always just Batman, it gets samey. So I think it's great that they've done something new here. But hopefully, like I said, that this story continues to be good. Hopefully there's a bunch of extra side quests with like Mr. Freeze and all that. I want to see that be explored on heavily. And speaking of side quests, the the caches that Batman hides around the city doesn't seem like a too bad of a side quest. It's pretty easy to do. Um, I guess it's kind of hard to make that more entertaining than what it is because it's just a little bit of a parkour, which is fine. Speaking of parkour, I like Batgirl's glide with her gliding missions where you have to fly through the rings. Like I feel like hers is the only one that actually like takes decent skill. Because if you do, for example, Nightwings, I haven't tried Red Hood's yet. If you do Nightwings, Nightwing's glider can literally fly up, so you never have to worry about getting height at all. You just have to make sure you make the turn. And it's crazy how Nightwing and Jason Todd, I'm Jason Todd, I mean Red Hood, their traversal abilities is so much stronger than Batgirl's, and it's a little bit sad for Batgirl because Red Hood can literally jump and keep forever jumping. Sure, he'll lose a little bit of a vertical height, but he makes up for it for how much ground he just straight up covers. It's amazing. And then you get Nightwing. I think he's a little bit slower than Red Hood's traversal ability. I'll have to test that out with Cairo or Buffy, whichever one comes first. But like his, you can literally fly straight up in the air. I don't understand it. why they would do that? It's so busted. And okay, yeah, I forgot to talk about this. Gotham. I would like more civilians to be walking around. I played with it on high, I'm pretty sure, or medium. Either way, not enough people. I don't know why. There needs to be more people. It needs to feel less empty. Like, I think what I kind of want is in like downtown Gotham. I want there to be packed, full of people, full of cars. I want the street to be full of cars. That was a Steam notification. Don't worry about that. That was on me. But I just wanted to be full of cars. I wanted to be packed. I think that's what Gotham is. Whenever I picture Gotham, I think of a packed city. So that's what I want. I want a bunch of cars. They don't have to move fast. It can be nice and slow. Like there's got to be a reason that I should be slinging over on these buildings besides the empty street. Like there needs to be a reason, and so it needs to be packed. Sure, that might run hard on games, but on PCs, but I don't know. I think it would just be for the better. Kind of like how Assassin's Creed. If you've ever played Assassin's Creed and you're in Rome, I believe, that was packed. But speaking of cars not going fast and there being a bunch of civilians wandering the streets of Gotham, why is the Batcycle incredibly slow? I feel like it should be a lot faster. It's barely faster than the civilian cars, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why they would ever do that. I don't know if they have it going that slow just for in terms of rendering. I don't know, maybe, but it doesn't make any sense to use a Batcycle when you can use Red Hood's jump, Nightwing's glider, even Batgirl's glide. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The Batcycle in general is not good. It makes me sad. But I don't think there's anything else I'd like to cover. Multiplayer seems to be doing well. On launch day, obviously it wasn't working that well. I wasn't even able to join Buffy on our first day of playing together, but the next day I was able to join Cairo, and then after that I was able to join Buffy. So I'd like to think that hopefully they're getting it ironed out pretty quickly. But you never know. There could always be some like big massive bug in the future that, I don't know, just destroys multiplayer. Hopefully it does not happen. I don't want a Dark Souls 3 moment here. But yeah. Overall, I think Gotham Knights it's a good game. It's not the best of games. I can understand why people are upset. I don't understand why people are upset about it being locked at 60 FPS though. It's not like a shooter game where you'd want to be at 144 FPS or maybe even 240 FPS. It's an action game. As long as it plays at a stable 60 FPS, I'm happy. Also, why in the world, when I play it on high graphics, does my GPU say like 5-6% usage? Like, is this an Elden Ring situation? It's not using my GPU correctly. I don't know what's going on here. It beats me. But anyways, thank you for listening to me. Sorry, there's a bunch of so I'm kind of just doing this off of the dome. I feel like I can't write a good script, or that I need more practice. So I figured this would be a better way for me to do this. You know, it's more off the cuff, more honestly, probably more my style. I'd have to say a little bit of rambling going on, but hopefully I can get better at this. And I think this is just probably, I don't know. I think it's definitely easier. Hopefully this is just a better way of me creating YouTube content. And also, if I were to somehow get this uploaded today, that means I've done 3 days in a row of uploads. So wish me the best of luck. Thank you. Bye bye.
Just like that. Oh yeah! That's how it's done. Try this. Eat this. Right on target. No problem. Lock and load. Here it comes. Yeah, they'll live.